right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start out by giving our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth, and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. All right, peace and blessings unto the elect that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, whom this word is teached unto, man. Okay, I'm the brother Karab to my right.
You know Allah.
All right, and we from GMS Memphis camp. We come with a beautiful lesson going into the end of a diabolical empire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the end of a diabolical empire. And when you go into a diabolical, hey, you're gonna just go into it. Hey, Lord willing, y'all be edified, man. When you go into diabolical, it goes into, in the etymology, 15th century, pertaining to the devil, meaning benefiting the devil. So who's in rulership? I mean, who's in the ruler seat, right? Okay, who's ruling? All right, who's doing the works of the devil? Who's being evil? It's showing the cunning and ingenuity of wickedness typical of a devil, extremely evil or cruel, expressive of cruelty or benefiting hell. Ooh. It goes into demonic, right? Hellish, diabolic, satanic, unholy. Hey, America is that unholy and satanic place. But why is it that holy and satanic place? Every place, every rulership, the way how it acts, the manner of every, kingdom acts off the king, man. And right now, let's go ahead and get it, man. Let's go ahead and get and identify who in rulership right now.
Come. So this is Genesis. Start with Genesis 25, and sure, I can start at we start at 1.
But then jump.
I start at verse 20.
Yeah.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethel, the Cyrene of Paddan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together with her. And she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Right there are 2 nations, man. Keep going, brother.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 manner of people deals with the conduct, all right? The behavior of these two nations. The difference. Keep going, bro.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
That's right.
And when her days were to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Right. And Esau is identified as the so-called white man you have today in our society, man. He self-proclaimed himself as a so-called white man. Keep going, brother.
And verse 26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
Right.
And Isaac was 30 years old when she bare them. Good. You want to keep going?
The next verse on that. Basically, hey, that was it.
Yeah, come.
All right. Basically dealing with the birth of Esau and Jacob, man. All right. Now let's you got verse 30 on here.
Yeah, come. Cause let you know who Esau Edom.
Right.
Edom.
Go ahead, verse 30. Verse 30.
Cause
we know who Jacob's seed is. Israel. Jacob wrestled an angel, and his name was changed to Israel.
That's right.
Right. Now let's go into Esau's Edom. Basically.
Con.
Break it down.
Yep. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of the vision, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw Potish, and Esau came from the field and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint.
So Esau was hunting, doing his thing, being cunning,
Mhm.
right? Going back to really diabolical, because
That's right.
diabolical goes into showing the cunning
Yep,
and ingenuity or wickedness typical of a devil.
that's right.
So this man was a cunning hunter. Hey, words are powerful, man. That already identifies that he was already a devil.
That's right.
Okay? He was already evil. His spirit wasn't even upright in him.
Because if I may add, when you keep reading on the account, it tell you that he sold his birthright for that pottage. You see, but then he went back and tried to get that blessing back with tears.
Right. Hey.
But he already gave it up.
The diabolical act is about to show now, man. Keep going on now.
Okay, come. And it says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall the birthright do to me?
Right, therefore his name is called what?
Oh, man.
Edom.
Mm-hmm.
What do Edom mean?
Oh, man.
Hey, red.
Mm-hmm.
Idumia. No, Idawam.
Mm-hmm.
Idawam is red.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The polish wasn't even done yet, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he just felt like he was just gonna faint, die. But here it is. What's the disrespectful thing you can do is what? Sell your birthright.
Man, come on.
Like, why would you sell that, man? You clearly didn't understand what you had in possession.
Yep.
How you think Jacob got it?
Come.
You know what I'm saying? You clearly didn't honor it. You clearly didn't respect it.
That's right.
Hey, and that shows in your actions to this day. Go ahead, get his blessing. Go straight to his blessing.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go straight into his actions, because now since he did that, hey, they show you what manner of man he is, right? Because it tell you two nations, two manner of people.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, he was a plain man. Plain goes into integrity.
Right.
Esau, cunning hunter. Cunning goes into diabolical.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's the
It is.
behavior right there, man.
That's right. So
Identifying behaviors, man.
So this is Genesis chapter 27, starting at 38.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. And hey, we seeing that now, man. Hey, while we right here in America, man, hey, Esau Edom, man, he's over here, being diabolical.
Right.
And, hey, ever since they came into power, starting with Alexander the Creep, So this is back in Genesis 27 and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above, and by thy sword thou shalt live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Hey, that's dealing with rulership, man. Okay? Because it tell you, man, hey, reread that one more time. One more time.
This is Genesis 27 and 40.
Right.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
Right, by thy sword thou shalt live. What's the sword? A killing instrument. Death, bloodshed.
Right.
Okay? Nothing. The sword is nothing good, man. Unless you're talking about, 1611, the Bible, right? The two-edged sword. But other than that, hey, this is a carnal man we dealing with.
Yeah.
So the sword, the correct definition for this man, hey, is bloodshedding, man. A physical sword, man.
That's right.
This man is not a spiritual being. He is a diabolical being. He's cruel. He's evil. Read 41, because jump down to 41, because 41 is going to show you how cruel and diabolical this man is.
Yeah. And by thy sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Right.
Yep.
And this all in Genesis now.
Yeah.
This is all in Genesis. This is what you call the this is the theme. This is the theme of the whole story that we're living in to this day.
Yeah.
Protagonist, antagonist. Esau versus Jacob, man.
That's right.
From generation to generation.
God.
And that manner of people was gonna fight continually, because guess what? They not equally yoked. Ain't nothing right. Hey, what good? Hey, what? How can a right and a wrong come together? If you always want to be, if you always doing the will of the Heavenly Father, being obedient, doing the things that please the Lord, hey, and then you got some guy that's doing the opposite, you can't be friends with that guy.
Right.
It's gonna be intensity, man. It's gonna always bring contention.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's Esau and Jacob to this day, a perpetual hatred, man.
Yeah. Esau he has a perpetual hatred against us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, man. And he still to this day look to seek, kill, and destroy us, trying to stop us from being a nation.
Hey,
you see?
I got that joke.
Yeah, come on.
Because now we deal with the origin. Now we're gonna deal with the power. Right? His blessings. Now we're dealing with the blessings because Esau was given the fatness of the earth.
That's right.
And by his sword he got it, man.
That's right.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who is the wicked? Well, let's go to Malachi. Because you should know from reading Genesis who the wicked is, right?
That's
the
right.
way how he say he was gonna slay his brother Jacob. But guess what? We're gonna get more scriptures to back it up, man. To clearly break it down and what's that simplify.
Yeah, make it plain upon tables.
That's right.
Good. So this is Malachi chapter 1. Shoot, I start at verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein thou loved us.
Was not Jacob given the covenant, the blessing? Was not the blessing stripped from E and given unto Yahweh? Hey, that was the love right there.
It says, was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And that's what's coming now, man. That's what's coming. We seeing it now. That's why the title was called
the end of a diabolical empire.
Come on, man. So verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
And this is a rebirth, man. Yeah. They rebuilding everything, man.
Yeah.
Hey, America, man.
Yeah.
All right, off the backs of who? The Israelites.
That's right.
It's like, man, this man is just demonic, man. Pay attention to the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
You got people with a party bus just flew past us, man. You got moles, Decepticons, chemtrails, destruction of environment, the destruction of the water. Hey, the crime wars, right? Gang banging wars, drug wars.
Yeah, Esau and Edom is really the one who implements this and push this on a high level in his kingdom. Hey, that's why he has to be taken out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's why we call this title the end of a diabolical empire. Come on, man. So this is back in Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
So that backs up Job 9:24. Hey, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Who was the wicked? Esau, Edom, man. All right, now that we have that established, now we about to go ahead and get into we're gonna go ahead and get into that Genesis 27:41, that remark that he made, man. Talking about, hey, when my father days at hand, this will I slay my brother Jacob. Now we going into the slaying of Jacob, man. the war between two nations,
right.
two manner of people, two different spirits. All right, let's see what we got here. We got
yeah, just going back to you know, the Lord you know, having indignation against Esau, because when we read that blessing, when Isaac gave Esau that blessing, it said that you would serve your brother.
right.
It lets you know right then and there, hey man, the Lord, you know, never loved Esau, man, at all, man. Put the spirit on him to say what this blessing, what good does this blessing have to do for me? You see? So man, hey, that's why he had to be taken out of rulership, man. He's unfit and an unwise king, man.
Grab it, brother.
Unwise
king. Sirach 10.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35. And I'm going to start at 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, prophesy against it. Say unto it, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashah, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right? Hey, Malachi. Right? The Lord going to bring thee down, make thee desolate, man.
That's right.
It said, and I will lay thy cities waste, which is America, a.k.a. Egypt, a.k.a. Sodom and Gomorrah. These spiritual places, man.
That's right.
All right? These places have, though, hey, Esau coming in that same mindset.
Yep.
Right? He's pushing out the same agendas that Sodom and Gomorrah pushed out, that ancient Babylon pushed out.
Yeah.
Basically, all these kingdoms in one, this great big whore.
That's right.
It said, Ezekiel 35:4, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Thou shalt know that I am the Lord. And why is he about to do this? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashah, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Come on, man. Hey, that's heavy, because now it said he was using his blessing, but now his blessing has turned into a curse into him.
Right.
You see, man. Hey, man, the Lord is cold, man. Hey, the Lord is cold, and that's how he gonna humble and wipe his ass off the face of the earth.
That's right.
For doing it.
Man.
Come, but I got this Sirach. This is Sirach chapter 10, and I started verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Because what the Lord tell you, wickedness is not wisdom, man.
That's right.
The mindset that Esau had, that evil, cunning, diabolical behavior that he has, hey, that's not wisdom. That's
right.
going to lead you to death. Right?
Right.
That's why I say there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end of are the ways of death.
Right.
Esau, you don't think that he's right. He think that he got everything basically sought out. You know? He think he got the blueprint of how he going to overcome and push forth his agenda. Mainly being what? The MOTB, Revelations 13 and 16.
Yeah.
Right? The meek chip. He think he gonna push that agenda and have everybody under one ruler, which is him. Hey, you an unwise king, man.
That's right.
Therefore, hey, you're not gonna be ruling anymore. The end of a diabolical empire.
That's right.
What you got, brother?
Nahum.
All right, do your thing.
Come. So this is Nahum just backing up that precept you had brought back out. You know that blood's gonna pursue him. So this is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Woe to that bloody city. And then woe goes into destruction, and we realize, hey, America has a lot of bloodshed over here, man, dealing with the children of Israel. You see, with the so-called Native Americans. You see, you so-called Mexicans. You know, that was called Aztecs.
Right.
Even when the Southern King coming over here on the slave ships, man, it was so much death and bloodshed that happened. And they still
Mayan Indians too.
Come on,
Zebulon.
man. Zebulon.
Right,
Hey,
Northern Kingdom, man. Hey, you slave straight Northerns, man. Hey, we can't forget about our brothers, man.
Come on, man.
Judah and Israel was oppressed together under you.
That's right. To this day.
To this day, man.
That's right. Until Yahweh Shemawashah come and save Israel and destroy this diabolical kingdom, man.
Right.
Come. So this is Nahum chapter 1. Woe, which means destruction, to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not. Come on, man. And we the prey, man. We been preyed upon. It tell you that Esau Edom will come down like a
having great wrath like a madman sparing
none. Yep.
Because he know that he have but a short time, man.
That's
Then
right.
it say in Psalms, hey, he sitteth in the lurking places, man.
Come on, man.
Looking at the villages. You know what I'm saying? Hey, his whole mindset is to infiltrate, man.
That's
He
right.
always trying to infiltrate the Israelites.
That's right.
But you're gonna be infiltrated. Matter of fact, you being infiltrated in your own kingdom through the word, man. By the word, we gonna bring you down.
That's right.
Jump to verse 4 in there.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay.
Yeah.
Jump to that joint. Jump to that.
5 verse, jump to verse 4.
Mhm.
Jumping down to verse 4, it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms
Mhm.
of the well-favored harlot.
Right.
Hey, and we know that harlot is the so-called America, man.
Babylon.
That great whore. And it says the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. And
Right.
hey, you want to see it?
I'm finna say, man, hey, another word for this witchcraft is what? The goatee.
Yeah, the
Right.
goatee.
When you go into goatee in the Merriam-Webster-Dictionary.com, it goes into black magic or witchcraft in which the assistance of evil spirits is invoked. Right?
Come on, man.
Mainly dealing with Esau's, Edom's wicked and perverse schemes that he have, man.
That's right.
To basically him preying on our people.
Yeah.
And we have an article going into, just a quick little article going into one of his schemes, man. Right? This the new Jim Crow. What we said we're gonna start at right here.
Yeah, read the author too. Bye.
This the new Jim Crow, the author by Michelle Alexander.
Yeah.
Mass incarceration in the age of the color blindness. The water. And then we're gonna start at the racial. It's on page 2, going to the racial. It say the racial dimension of mass incarceration is its most striking feature. No other country in the world imprisons so many of its racial and ethnic minorities, which we are the minorities.
Yep.
All right, Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, you Israelites, man, that live in America, on the shores of America, you are the minorities. It say the United States imprisons a larger percentage of its black population than South Africa did at the height of apartheid. And in Washington, D.C., our national capital, it is estimated that 3 out of 4 young black men and nearly all those in the poorest neighborhoods can expect to serve time in prison. So your expectation of being on this, being in captivity, which we are yet this day in our captivity under the rulership of the wicked. Hey, your expectation is horrible.
That's right. Cause
Not just only jail, but just a lot of other things, like your neck being under persecution.
Yep.
You having to work hard, the bills.
Come on, man.
You got you bag full of holes.
That's right.
Right? You labor and have no rest. You fear on all sides. That's a part of the curses. You gonna fear on all sides. That means you get no sleep every day. You worried about bills. You worried about your life. You worried about your government, your ruler, the unwise king, or unstable king, man. That's why I gotta be an end of a diabolical empire, man. Right. And it is. We should make a part 2 of this. Through the spirit, we should make part 2.
Yeah, if I may add, because it said 3 out of 4 young black men, which we know are so-called 75, and the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans, man. That's what they have. They have a system. Because just to have this quick testimony, I was in college going on these little seminars and stuff, and they was breaking down this system of how they created a pipeline, which is called the prison pipeline system, to incarcerate us so-called black browns in America, because that's what the seminar was called, for black and browns, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They have created these things for us to fall, create traps and stuff like this, man. That's why this place has to be destroyed.
Right. It said these starks and racial disparities cannot be explained by rates of drug crime. It say studies show that people of all color use and sell illegal drugs at a remarkable similar rate. So everybody has a hand in the drug activity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But who's the one
who get pinpointed out?
Yeah, but who pushed it and flooded the cities with it? Because I think it said up in the beginning at the top, we don't have to get it. In the beginning, it was talking about how the CIA was funding the drug war.
Right.
Yeah, come, but you ain't got to get it out.
Yeah, that's a spirit. Cause I was so for the grad that judge. Cause it say the CIA admits of doing these wicked acts, man, luring our people.
That's right.
What it say? I was a little displeased. You can grab that junk. I think it's in Zephaniah. It say I was a little displeased, but they helped floor the affliction. Gotcha. 1 and 15. Zechariah 1 and 15. So I got it. This Zechariah 1 and 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Right? Esau Edom. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Right? They pushed forth the agendas on our people, set them up, trapped our people, man. All right? He knows sin is our kryptonite. And tell us, hey, envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
That's right.
So he's trying to force our people to choose his ways. So we're gonna go back to the little article right quick, finish it up. It goes into back in the article, the frequently suggested that whites, particularly white youth, are more likely to engage in drug crime than people of color. This is not what one would guess. However, when entering our nation's prisons and jails,
hold on, don't you kind of read that fast, because it said that so-called whites, you Edomites, are the ones who selling more drugs than you so-called Negroes, man. But when you look in the jail systems, hey, it's more of us incarcerated, man.
Right.
Come on, man. Hey, that's part of his diabolical scheme, man. That's a part of it. But hey, the Lord is lifting up that skirt, man. Hey, he's being revealed, and we know who he is, man. We know who you are, Esau. Come.
That is not what one would guess. However, when entering our nation's prisons and jails, which are overflowing with blacks and brown drug offenders, in some states, black men have been admitted to prison on drug charges at rates 20 to 50 times greater than those of white men.
Come on.
All right,
man.
that's it right there.
Woo. Come on, man.
Therefore, you should be desolate, Esau. You're gonna die, man, because those things are gonna come back on you, man.
Yeah.
What you dish out is gonna come back on you, because you did pursue your brother with the sword, which allowed me to go into Amos 1. I think it's 1 and 8, if I ain't mistaken.
I get it. I get this one too. I have to get that.
Yeah. No, it's 11 and 8. 3 transgressions of Edom.
I can bring this up. Wait, we got all right.
This is Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, right? We just read one of your transgressions. All right, you really got many more.
Man.
I would not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, going back to Genesis that we brought out at the beginning, and did cast off all pity. His anger did turn perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Woo. Yep. Hey, and just backing up, because it told us how that 50% of us is incarcerated, but more of Edomites are selling drugs. So this how you know he's an unfit king. So this is Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Hey man, come on, man. That's still a part of his diabolical scheme. Cause in that definition, it was going into how he was cunning, man. Yeah. And that's what he do, man. He's a very cunning artist, man. He tries Jake. He tries Jake in court differently, you know, than the Edomites, man. That's why they got to be destroyed, and that's why we need our judge to come back down here and judge this place you know, for all the things that they have done to us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
You can get second address, end it off with that one.
Right.
And I'm going to get this one because their whole agenda is to depopulate and remove our people, right?
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 10 and 30.
Yeah.
The righteous shall never be removed,
Come on.
but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth.
Woo! Come on, man.
Okay? The end of a diabolical empire, man. You're not going to inhabit the earth, man. You weigh the violence of the earth in your hands, man. You wicked, man.
Yep.
And you're going to be judged for the destruction of our people and our homeland. The earth is our home.
That's right.
You touching it, you touch anything on the earth, I don't care what it is, man. It could be a dirt or a gravel or an island. I don't care. You're going to be judged for that, man. That's why, hey, we going to be in the ruler seat. Go ahead and hit it, bro.
Come. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. Yeah, and I started 8. Papa Kashad. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him,
Right.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Going back to Genesis, see, bringing it back, man.
That's right.
All right, going back to the key origin, right?
And it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right.
Come on, man. Hey, and Jacob is who? You so-called Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, not you so-called Israelites, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, who've been scattered across the four corners of this earth, and to the ones who look like you, this so-called other nations, man. Hey, man, salvation is for you, and the kingdom is for you, and man, it's here, and this place is going down, man.
Right. Hey, and with that, this being, you know, the end of a diabolical empire, basically part 1, because we're going to go, hey, it's another way how his kingdom going to end, by missiles as well,
Man,
too.
what?
So that's why we just going to make a part 1, and Lord willing, we can come back to part 2. But, hey, we're going to give our praises to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles for teaching us this truth, and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners.
Shalom.
All right, peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.
DTA.